Hey folks, this is Kalani. Patch 12.1 is almost here. It goes live on August 11th, and solo content players have more options than ever before. You'll be able to pick up more champion and hero gear from the new content on the Coiled Isle and from the updated Delve and Prey systems. There's also a borrowed power mechanic that only works for solo content players, and it provides some massive bonuses to help you clear through higher difficulties of prey hunts and delve runs. So let's go over all of the changes for solo content players and how you'll be able to earn even better rewards with more gearing options when compared to Season 1 of Midnight. Now before we jump in, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss another video. Let's start by going over the content options you'll have in the new Coiled Isle zone. We'll have plenty of world quests to complete as per usual, as well as rares to kill for various rewards. Their gear rewards specifically seem to cap out on the adventurer track, so they aren't going to be great sources for most players who geared up in Season 1, but they do offer other rewards like renown gains for the new reputation faction. There are special events called Curse Surges. These are multiple stage events that end in a rare boss battle. You can earn adventurer gear and various currencies, so they don't start out too great, but as you work your way through the new renown track, they do become more and more rewarding. These Curse Surges are also tied to the new weekly quest to obtain a Season 2 crafting spark, the Spark of Tides. Spark crafted gear still offers some of the best gearing opportunities for solo content players, especially early on, so you will want to get your sparks every week. Now if the Curse Surges aren't to your liking, you can also earn your weekly spark by completing the Unity Against the Void weekly quest in Silvermoon, so that choose your own adventure style quest is still available in Season 2, and there's another new quest from Valeera to collect Fading Void Whispers, which can drop from dungeons, delves, treasures, and dangerous creatures. The two Silvermoon quests also reward you with two new campsite backgrounds, one of Silvermoon in all its glory, and the other of Silvermoon with a Void Storm in the background, so you have plenty of options to get your weekly sparks in Season 2. All of these quests reward you with a weekly cache which follows the same rules as Season 1. The first two you get per week contain a piece of veteran gear, with everyone after that mainly just providing extra currencies like crests and coffer key shards. There will be a new special assignment world quest in the Coiled Isle which offers another source of weekly pinnacle caches, and most other sources from Season 1 will be updated to offer Season 2 caches, so you'll have plenty of options for picking up those two pieces of veteran gear and for earning extra upgrade currencies. There's another part to this zone though. Deep underground you'll find the Vaults of Atalutek with even more content to take part in. This mini-zone has constant world events going on. Temple patrols are small quests where you help out various NPCs. Temple strikes are public events that everyone can take part in, and those reward you with corrosive currencies. Every so often a temple incursion will start up, which is a larger event that needs quite a lot of people to complete it, and those can reward you with gear and more corrosive currencies. And then if you complete the incursion, an ancient foe will spawn which offers even more rewards. This zone also contains quite a few daily quests that reward more corrosive currencies, coffer key shards, and reputation. There's also a weekly quest to complete activities in the vault, and that rewards you with a Venom Cursed Fragment. You can combine two of these together to create a piece of champion gear, so you'll get one piece every 2 weeks that you complete this quest. That's not amazing, but it is better than just another piece of veteran gear, which weekly quests have usually been restricted to. Completing this weekly quest also counts as a Tier 7 reward in your weekly vault world row, so that's a nice little bonus. But perhaps the best reward here is a guaranteed Trove Hunter's Bounty map for delves. You can use that to get a piece of hero gear every single week, so having one more option for securing that map could be very useful. As you complete content in the new patch, you're going to be earning two currencies, corrosive coins and corrosive souls. Corrosive coins are used to buy cosmetics from the vendors down here, including transmog ensembles, mounts, and housing decor. They're also used to corrode your spirit, which gives you a talent point to spend in the Altar of Corrosion. You can unlock various buffs to increase your damage, unlock poison abilities to dish out even more damage, reduce the damage from the venom pools in the zone. There are a bunch of random bonuses that make traversing the zone much easier, and you can even unlock hidden treasures. Spending talent points here also increases the amount of corrosive coins that you get from all sources, so you'll probably want to unlock a lot of talent points before working on the collectible rewards. As for the corrosive souls, they're used in the corrosive codex, which is also tied to the Altar of Corrosion. There are 12 powers or effects you can unlock in here, and each one will cost you 8 souls to unlock. You can only have one effect active at a time until you unlock 8 different powers, at which point you'll be able to activate 2 at a time. Some of these are incredibly powerful, but there is a catch. They're only active in outdoor zones and in delves, so they're targeted specifically at solo content players. Unlocking these powers will make your open world content, prey hunts, and delve runs much easier, and help you push into higher tiers and earn the best rewards available. So corrosive souls are quite valuable in the new patch. Both of these systems should be warbound or account-wide, so you should only have to unlock these options once to have access to them on all of your characters. Completing content in the new zone will also be earning you reputation with the new Zuljara's Forces faction. You can unlock better rewards from curse surges, like extra corrosive souls to unlock powers in the Altar of Corrosion, and daily chances for more veteran gear from the events. At Renown Rank 2, you can pick up a pair of Veteran Braces, so you should be able to grab those very quickly, and then at Renown Rank 9 you can pick up some Champion Braces to replace them. Those might be less useful if you're taking part in high-level prey hunts or delve runs. And then of course we have plenty of cosmetics and collectibles like lower-themed transmog ensembles, pets, toys, and mounts. Curiously, the older reputation factions will actually still be useful, especially at the start of patch 12.1. If you played at the very start of Midnight, you probably know that each reputation faction offered a quest for a piece of champion gear when you reached a certain renown rank. Those pieces of gear are being offered again in patch 12.1 with updated item levels. They'll only be on the veteran track this time around, but that's still item level 279, and they can be upgraded up to 295. So that's going to be great for almost everyone, and it's basically just free gear. So make sure you have the appropriate renown ranks before patch 12.1 goes live if you want some easy gear upgrades right off the bat. And then the last piece of new content related to the new zone is the Lair boss. Lair bosses are basically world bosses, except they aren't out in the world anymore. They're being shoved into a single raid boss instance, which should help out a lot with zone lag, but that doesn't make this raid boss any harder for solo content players to access. We'll have a world quest on the map, so it's super easy to find the entrance for the raid. When you walk up, you'll be given a difficulty screen just like Delves, and if you pick world difficulty, that's basically the world boss version. You enter a shared instance with other players looking to do the world difficulty, and you can just go straight into killing the boss. So this is actually easier than it used to be. You don't have to sign up for a group or anything like that, just enter on world mode and wait until your group has enough players. The loot from these Lair bosses is also not warbound anymore, so you should have a chance to get gear you can actually use on the character you're killing the boss on, and you can take in as many characters as you want to try and get some easy gear. It's not just open world content though, delves have changed quite a bit as well. We'll have 2 new delves to explore, Naldor Isle and the Ring of Glory. Both of them are on the Coiled Isle and they're decently fun from what I've tested. There's one particular Naldor Isle variant where you get to run around on a turtle with some crazy weapons, and that's not only very fun, but it's actually an incredibly quick delve to run too. We'll have a new Nemesis delve to take on, and this time the special achievement and title is available for the entire first week, so you'll have a lot more time to join the Hall of Fame for the Nemesis kill in Season 2 if that's something that you're interested in. A new Nemesis also means new Nemesis monsters in every delve you run, which will create new challenges for you to overcome. There are also new snake and poison themed story variants for most of the older delves, which will help keep things interesting. We'll still be joined by Valeera, and she'll still be able to DPS, tank or heal, so not much is changing there. We will have a whole new set of combat and utility curios to collect and upgrade though, and some of these new ones do seem to be incredibly powerful, which is always fun and exciting. We'll also be able to pick and choose between a few different poison effects for Valeera to use. Some of these used to be passives that Valeera had access to in Season 1, while others are brand new. It looks like we'll have 6 different poisons total, 3 of them are baseline, and then 3 you unlock from completing the Delve Season 2 intro questline. Some add more damage, some apply debuffs, while others provide extra crowd control. As a nice little bonus, there will also be a mini Altar of Corrosion at the start of each delve, so you can swap those bonuses around very easily. Now, the seasonal track hasn't changed massively, we'll still earn mostly the same rewards at mostly the same times. So myth crests become available at rank 4, the Delve vendor pops up after rank 5, you can start getting Warbound champion gear at rank 8, and then hero gear will start dropping at rank 9. At rank 2, you'll earn some free corrosive souls to spend, which will help you unlock some powers early on. At rank 3, you'll have a chance to find Shrines of Abundance in Delve runs, which are similar to the Sanctified Banner from Season 1, except they have significantly more rewards. At the start of each Delve, you might see the message, "Dun Dun hides within." That's when you know you've got an altar to find. These altars look like the cardboard cutout props from some other events we've seen in the past, so they kinda stick out like a sore thumb if you know what to look for. When you talk to the prop, Dun Dun reveals themselves and offers to increase your reward for that run. The first time you find them each day, they'll make your current run abundantly bountiful, which spawns an extra 2 bountiful chests at the end and another coffer key chest. If you also use a bounty map and run a tier 11 delve, you can end up with 9 chests at the end of a single run, which is insane. I got 6 pieces of loot from this single run. For anything past your first Dun Dun of the day, you can choose between extra undercoins, extra Voidlight Maul, some experience for Valeera, or a piece of housing decor, so it's not a waste of time finding him more than once per day. You can still get some pretty sweet rewards at the end of your run. When you get up to rank 7, you'll be able to unlock an update chip for the Delvo bot that lets you teleport straight to bountiful delves, which will help cut down travel time quite considerably. Now, the gear rewards haven't really changed for the most part. Standard delve rewards still cap out at champion gear from tier 8 bountiful delves, but that still makes them one of the best sources of champion gear early on in the season. Your bounty map will net you a hero track piece of gear every week, and then when you get to rank 9, you can get hero gear more reliably. It is important to note that delves remain the only source of myth crests for solo content players early on in the season, so you want to unlock that as soon as possible and ensure you're clearing tier 11 bountiful delves every week so you can upgrade your spark crafted gear to its maximum item level as soon as you can. And then the last piece of your solo content puzzle is going to be the prey system. In Season 1, prey became obsolete quite quickly, but there are a lot of updates that help keep it relevant for longer and more rewarding in Season 2. Perhaps the most important change for prey is to the affixes. The Season 1 affixes added more frustration rather than any kind of real difficulty. The one that reduced your hunt progress whenever you died was already removed in Season 1, but the 3 others, including Astalor's command to kill, are all being removed and replaced in Season 2. The only one that's sticking around is the debuff that increases your damage taken over time, which is still kind of annoying, but the prey system should be more enjoyable overall with the others removed. In their place, we'll have new snake and poison themed affixes. Pack Ambush randomly spawns a couple of extra mobs while you're in combat. Exploding corpse snakes is exactly what it sounds like. Corpses can explode in a little AoE and spawn small snakes, and Toxic Snare throws down a handful of nets that slow you and deal damage. So you don't have to deal with anything outside of combat, there are no timers or timed abilities, and none of these should get you outright killed if you mishandle them like the command to kill could in Season 1. We'll also have a bunch of new prey targets to hunt down, and we'll be able to pick prey hunts for the new Coiled Isle zone, which increases the number of overall hunts that you'll have access to at once. The rewards from prey hunts are very similar to Season 1. Normal hunts reward adventurer gear and crests, hard hunts reward veteran gear and crests, and nightmare rewards champion gear, champion crests, and some hero crests. The gear rewards are still limited to the first 2 prey hunts of each difficulty per week from what I can tell, but the first 4 boxes you loot will also contain corrosive souls to help you unlock more powers in the Altar of Corrosion. The weekly quest to complete 3 Nightmare Prey hunts will still be available, and that will reward you with hero crests and the item to summon the Season 2 Delve Nemesis, which is another way to get your bounty map every week for a guaranteed piece of hero track gear. But the prey system has expanded to be more than just prey hunts that you pick up from the bounty map. When the season starts, we'll have a new important quest to pick up from Astalor. He is very interested in the Coiled Isle and a particular curse that hangs over the island. By working through these quests, you'll unlock the option to enable the Curse of the Isle, which subjects you to the nightmare affixes while in the zone. So you'll just have these new affixes constantly active, even while you're not actively on a prey hunt. With the curse active, you can loot ossified relics by completing content such as world quests and new prey daily quests that have you plundering some ancient troll tombs. You can use these ossified relics at haunted braziers to summon a special boss called Ralkala, Terror of the Isles, who drops crests and other currencies. There doesn't seem to be any gear rewards from this activity from what I can tell, but it may end up being one of the best ways to farm crests as a solo content player if a lot of folks are contributing relics to summon the boss over and over. You get more rewards by contributing relics yourself, so you have to actively contribute if you want this to be worthwhile. Progressing through the prey quests also unlocks a portal between Silvermoon and the Coiled Isle, which is the only fast travel option back and forth that I know of right now. So if you don't want to spend time flying all the way back and forth from Silvermoon to the Coiled Isle, you'll absolutely want to complete the prey quests as early as possible. Now, perhaps the most interesting update for Prey isn't just for the Prey system. As you work your way through the new seasonal track, you'll unlock the ability to loot souls from tier 6 or higher bountiful delves. When used, these souls will let you skip over the entire hunt portion of your next Prey hunt, so you can go straight to the Prey boss, kill it, and get your hunt rewards. That will speed up Prey hunts significantly, but as an extra reward, you'll get another piece of champion gear for your first afflicted soul used per week per character. So not only do they speed up your prey hunts, but they provide extra gearing up options too. It's not just extra champion gear though. When you get to rank 9 on the prey track, you'll be able to loot tormented souls from bountiful delves instead. They do the same thing, skip over the hunt portion of your prey hunts, but they reward one piece of heroic gear for the first soul used per character per week. So the prey system can reward you with hero track gear in Season 2, which it could not do previously. That should keep the system more relevant for longer, and it gives solo content players one more piece of hero gear per week to help them gear up a bit faster. The only problem I see here is that it's all the way up at rank 9 in the seasonal journey, and if the Prey seasonal progress remains locked at 1 renown point per week like it was in Season 2, that means you won't reach rank 9 for potentially 2 months into the season, by which point you might not even need the hero gear anymore. So fingers crossed we'll be able to progress a bit faster this time around. We will have a bunch of new rewards to purchase from the Prey vendor as you work your way through the new seasonal track, and all of the old rewards will still be available as well, which is kind of interesting. Usually these kinds of seasonal rewards become unobtainable after the season ends, but that's not the case for Prey this time around. You can buy everything from Season 1, so you don't have to worry about picking everything up before the new season starts. It's also worth noting that all decor items are still available, and they are significantly cheaper in Season 2. Most items had their costs cut by at least half, so if you want to buy up a bunch of Prey decor, it's probably worth waiting until Season 2 starts to stockpile those items. So as you can see, solo content players not only get new content in the Coiled Isle zone, but the Delve and Prey systems have been updated with new gameplay options, new rewards, and extra variants to keep things fresh and interesting. All three of these content types also interconnect much more to unlock powers or rewards in each other. So if you're taking part in everything, you should be able to power up in the new season quite quickly. But that's all of the major changes for solo content players as we head into patch 12.1, so that's it for this video. What are you most looking forward to as a solo content player, and how do you feel about Prey and Delves becoming more closely linked? Leave all your thoughts in the comment section below. A big thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and to all of our members here on YouTube. You can see their names on screen. If you're interested in supporting the channel, you can find links in the description or click the join button just below the video. If you enjoyed the video or found it useful in any way, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you're always kept up to date. Thanks for watching, folks. Good luck and have fun, and as always, I will see you next time.